Welcome to the Digital Maddy Show. This is a platform where I share my knowledge on video creation, digital marketing, chatbot marketing, and how to grow your business through video making. I also invite many influencers and digital marketers on this show and ask amazing questions to extract their secrets of business. Let's get started with your host. Hi, my name is Mithil and I am a YouTube and video creation coach, and I help aspiring video influencers to create and monetize their content through video making. We have on this episode an amazing guest. She is a fashion photographer straight away from Milan, Italy. She's already into the studio. Let's welcome her. So we have a special guest on our show. Her name is Aleksandra di Gesaro, and let me introduce herself. She is a fashion photographer, writer, entrepreneur based in Milan, Italy. She graduated law, but then she understood it wasn't her true calling and decided to pursue the artistic career. Now she helps artists to do the same, turns their passion into full-time job and makes a living creating art. Her photographs won numerous competitors and have been published in international magazines, and she loves taking pictures during Milan Fashion Week. In her free time, she loves reading and traveling. The further, the better. So welcome, Aleksandra, to the show.
Hello. Hello. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, Aleksandra, can you share one of your favorite quote that inspires you daily?
So my favorite quote is a quote of Mahatma Gandhi, and it's the quote, "Be the change that we want to see in the world." It inspires me daily to do exactly that.
Absolutely. So if you want the world to change, first change yourself. Absolutely. Great. So can you share your backstory and how did you started the journey of becoming a freelance fashion photographer?
So after I graduated law in Poland, I come originally from Poland. I moved to Italy to join my longtime boyfriend. Now it's my husband. And as I moved there, I realized the job market in Italy is completely different than the one in Poland, that my faculties and my diplomas didn't mean much, and for months I've been struggling to find a job. Like for 7-8 months I was spending every day 2, 3, 4 hours submitting job applications, sending my curriculum, and not getting practically any results. And in the end I just said, okay, I'm fed up with it. If I don't have any results, I can as well try to do what I like, because I knew I was applying for jobs I wouldn't like anyway. So I was like, okay, I can try to do something I like because I don't have any results anyway. So it can't be worse than that. And we see I gave myself time of 2 years. Said, okay, if for 2 years I don't manage to achieve nothing, it's okay, I come back to trying again to get this normal job. But I just tried and it worked.
That's great. Congratulations. Finally, it worked.
Yeah, and actually it worked faster than I expected. So
That's because, people who are passionate enough to follow their dreams, the dreams eventually find them. And that's how we flourish ahead. So, Aleksandra, say, how do you find clients as an artist?
So this is one of the most common question I get from people who want to start. And first of all, there are a few things you have to do. First of all, you have to understand that you have to be the one to find the clients, not really the clients to find you. And if you want to be a freelancer, you have to apply this active mindset that even if you don't know how to do something, you have to figure it out. You can't just wait for the things to figure out themselves. If you keep this active that I have to find a way, it's all doable, but I have to find how to do it, it's like half of success already. So this is the first. First of all, how to find clients, you have to know who your clients are, because if you just say, oh, I want to take pictures, it's like a very broad thing. But even if you say, oh, I want to take wedding pictures, it's still, there are so many photographers, and especially at the beginning for you it can be difficult. But I think for you to be different is to specialize. For example, okay, if you want to take wedding pictures, you can say, I specialize in plus size brides. There are not so many photographers who do that. So, okay, you are maybe cutting a part of other brides that's not really necessary. But those who are plus size, they will immediately come to you because they know that even if they have this problem of size, you will make them look amazing on their most beautiful day of their life, and so they will come to you automatically. So this is a way to find clients, and a way that is good at the beginning especially are using websites and apps that provide traffic themselves. So, don't know, in Italy there is, for example, Pronto Pro, where people apply their requests, what they need, and you can answer. There are websites, for example, that group, let's say, these wedding photographers or wedding makeup artists, or just group some professionals, that it's easier for the clients to find them because there's the whole list, and for you it's easier to be found.
Absolutely. So if you are very specific with your niche, and the more you narrow down your niche, the more better the clients you get. Absolutely. But then, as rightly said, that you are a freelancer, and when it comes to freelancing, finance is something that has to be always in the mind. So how do you find financial security as a freelancer?
So, for example, lately I was talking to one girl who wanted to earn on her art, and she told me, being an artist is not secure. Why do you say so? Because my friends were selling their art on festivals, and now the festivals are obviously stopped because of the world crisis, so they are not earning and they are in a very bad situation. Okay, but it's not that being an artist is dangerous, let's say. It's not secure. It's just how you set your business, because you have to treat your art as a business. And how you get the financial security, you have to have various sources of income. You have to get this security on various fields. For example, yes, I take one-on-one sessions, fashion photo shoots with bloggers, with brands, etc. But I'm also teaching. I also offer retouching services. I also do graphic design. So you can also sell your pictures on stock. There are so many things you can do, but you have to try to widen the scope. Obviously, I know that it seems, oh my God, there's so much work. But from the beginning, don't focus on doing 10 things at the same time. Set one, later set the second, third, but keep in mind that this is how it works, and this is how it really saves your situation when times get tough.
True, as rightly said, that we should not lay our eggs in one basket, so we need to also diversify. Similarly, I think, again, as a freelancer, you need to at least have a couple of MSIs, multiple stream of income, so that it can balance everything. True.
Yes, actually, it's I noticed that, for example, now being a freelancer, I'm in a better situation than a few of my friends who have been fired because of the situation. They can't search for a job now because there are no offers, and so it can be that being a freelancer is actually more secure than having a steady job.
Absolutely. Living paycheck to paycheck, it's something
Yes.
May look stable, but that is only stable for a month. Some crisis like this comes,
yes, it's risky,
and it's gone. It's risky.
Yeah.
Yes. So Aleksandra, being creative, there are so many ideas and there are so much things to do. So I'm interested to do so many things. So how do you plan yourself? How, what should you do? How do you do that?
So first of all, you have to focus on one thing. I know that you may have various ideas. For example, I talk to people who want to create art and later create a community around it, or who want to do paint portraits and comics and this and that and sell, and it's all amazing. But you have to start with one. When one thing is set, you can later broaden slowly, starting again from your audience. So try to find out who is your audience, how your art can be, what you sell, your services can be of service for this audience. Because obviously, if you have one thing for this audience, later you can broaden and add to the same audience. You can also broaden slightly your audience, but if you are planning to do things that are completely different, that would be for two completely different audiences, that's more difficult, takes more time, and you have to think if you manage to find some common thing between them, because it makes the things much easier. Anyway, if you want to do those various things, make sure to first set one very well to build a strong foundation, and later move to the other.
So does checklist also help in doing that? What you are trying to say that?
Yeah, like your checklist is first start with one and set it all well. So define your target audience, define your service, even they're just one. Start building this relationship, get some clients, get some testimonials, make sure that this part of your business is already working, and then when you're sure that it's fine, you can start broadening.
So Aleksandra, how do you market your art?
So this is another question that I'm being asked very often. And even a few days ago, I was talking to a lady who asked me, oh, should I hire someone to do the marketing for me, to buy ads for me, etc. And actually, the modern marketing is based on trust. So if you just do a cold marketing like this, it's not really working anymore, because what really sells is your story, your personality, especially that art is mostly about you creating your art. So people want to know who you are, what you do, how you do it, why you do it. And if you just buy cold ads, do the cold marketing, people are so used to it, they just skip it, they don't care anymore. So how to market your art? Actually, it's not like you think, oh, I can just buy a Facebook ad and that's it. It's a bit more complicated than that, but it gives much better results in practice. So you should start working on building this trust. How do you make people trust you? Well, first of all, the studies show that we have to see something 7 times to consider that we know it. And so you should first start small, like start in your local area. Maybe you can give a lecture. Like I read a book that's called Stand Out, and it says start marketing 1-to-1. So find few people that you around that you can help, and start from there. Learn from there. Also, how you really do marketing is by helping, so giving something to your audience before they buy anything from you. So that's why blogs and podcasts are so important, like free PDFs, free offers that you give. This is how you build trust. Also, going to do guest posting or guest podcasting, that's how people get to know you, and that's what works perfectly. So for example, I have a friend who is a live wedding painter, and her blog contains advices for brides, because obviously her audience are brides. So she helps them. For example, now she's posting guides for brides, how to handle the situation now if you had to cancel your wedding, if you had to postpone your wedding. So she's helping them this way. So later, when they think they really organize their wedding, they're like, oh, this girl is so cool, I will buy from her. That's how it works.
Absolutely. Yes, so you need to be, as we discussed earlier, that being niche oriented and doing it the right way, I think that will give a better perspective to people. So
yes, you have to be like, don't start with the thought, oh, I have to market to 1 million people. Start with one, and like make this one really love you, and then another, and then start growing.
True, like converting your customers into your followers.
Yes.
Great. So I'm sure even this question will be asked to you, looking at the pandemic situation right now, that people, they really want to do and work on their art business, but they have a lot of things in their mind. So they will do it after the pandemic finishes. So does this kind of question asked to you frequently?
Yes, and I talked lately to a girl who told me, oh, I would like to do this, but I can't because I don't have money. This I can't because I don't have this. This I can't because I don't have this. So I can do nothing right now. I will do it later. I'm like, okay, that's not entirely true. First of all, for example, she told me I can't sell my prints because I don't have money to print my art at the moment, and this would be a waste of money. Okay, but you can still find a solution. There is print on demand. So already one thing of your list is out. Also the things I can't. Okay, some things you can't do right now, but focus on what you can, because actually this girl had ideas. I can do this, I can do that, but the foundation of her business wasn't really set well at the time. And this is something she could totally do. She could work on her website. She could work on writing a blog. She could work on so many things, especially if using what she already has and how to put it online. So don't try to find like excuses. I can't do something. Now think about what you can do still.
True, like even we can upgrade our knowledge during this time. Even we are all in the lockdown, so this is the right time. After school and vacation, this is the time where everybody has given a chance to relax and rejuvenate. Along with that, also to learn and grow, because if you learn, that's how you earn.
Yes, this is actually a perfect time to do all the jobs you never have time for, to work really on the foundation of your business, of some offers, of things that usually the world is too crazy to work on.
True. So as you rightly said, there are people who have a habit of putting down things for later on, or giving a lot of excuses. So I think that's more of procrastination. So being an artist, how do you stop procrastinating?
So I know that, for example, or many people just do random things. So I feel like painting this, I feel like painting that, and that can be okay, because sometimes from these random things come out the best ideas. But if you just can't force yourself to do anything like really useful, meaningful, that can move you ahead, I always give the advice to put it on paper, like put on paper the actions you should do. And I know they may seem overwhelming, like, oh my God, create my website. This is like, no, I'm not doing it today. I don't feel like. So divide it into the smaller possible steps. It can be a step like, I will create my Instagram account today. I will create one page today. If it's too much, I will create half page today. Just do like totally doable steps. And make a list. Okay, this day I do this, this day I do this. So put it in your calendar and start with one thing a day, because if you put 10 things a day, you will again feel overwhelmed. I think it's mostly about the overwhelm. Procrastination usually comes from the overwhelm. So just make this list, because it may seem to you insignificant, such a small step. But if you don't do nothing, you don't achieve nothing. And with those small steps, you will see after a week of small steps, you will see, oh, I've done so much, in fact. So start with one thing. If this one thing you do daily and you effectively mark it in your calendar, this is like a very good feeling when you can check out the day that you really did something. If it becomes like easier for you, add a second thing and keep doing it and keep doing. So I listened to an interview with the Pulitzer Prize winner David Mamet, and when they asked him this question, how to handle your art business, how to do it all, he says every day do one thing for your art and one thing for your business. And I think this is an amazing advice.
That's great. So yes, I think this is also a way of removing the procrastination and step by step, but then finally reaching to your destination, to your true goal. Great, Aleksandra. It's an amazing thing. So when it comes to procrastination, I think procrastination is also can be eradicated with the help of motivation. But I see there are a lot of people who lack motivation, and they don't know what the steps they need to take further to escalate their business. So how do you start, and how do you keep yourself motivated?
So yes, you're right. Mostly people feel demotivated because they don't see any results. Mostly because, again, they don't know what to do. They procrastinate, etc. So first of all, like I said, try to apply this mindset of being active, of that you can find a way to figure out something, and don't try to think, oh, I will achieve everything in one day. No, you have to do those really, really small steps that are doable. Focus on what you can do at the moment. Even if you may not know all the steps to achieving something, you have some ideas what you can do. It's not said that it will work. It's like being a freelancer is trial and error, as mostly any career in life, but you can already start. So start applying, see what works, what doesn't. And so, as I said, another very important thing is defining your client, because if you don't know who you're talking to, if you don't know what you are really selling, no marketing, nothing can help you. You have to define these things and just do what you can at this very moment, because there's always something you can do, even if it's just posting every day on Instagram and trying to find followers this way. This is something you can definitely do no matter what, because there is Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Twitter, whichever social media you like. You can try working on your website even if they're free, even on those free services or anything. You can always start something, and from there, also studying, reading blogs, seeing what others do, it gives you a motivation and gives you ideas. Oh, maybe I also try that, maybe I try that. And that's step by step how you proceed.
Great. So, Alexandra, you started as a hobby and then eventually made it into a full-time career into being an artist. So, you shared your thoughts, your journey in the form of a video or an audiobook, something like that?
I offer a free audio training, because the last question is the one I get most often. Like, I lack motivation because I don't know what my next step should be. So I created this free audio training that is called From a Hobbyist to a Full-Time Artist in 5 steps, where I explain more or less the whole journey, like, so that you have the whole picture, so that you know what the journey looks like, what the steps are. Obviously, if you want later, we can go in more details. This is a general audio training to help you understand the process and help give you an idea, because many people say, I have absolutely no idea how it looks, I have no idea what to do, and I have no idea how to arrive there. So I created it to help you draw this map in your mind, to give you an idea what you have to do and to make it easier for you to start.
So it seems like a strategy and like a mind map where if people follow in the right way, eventually they will reach to the final goal. Am I right?
Yes, definitely. I talk about defining your client, about list building, about things that you should do, marketing, etc. And so yes, it's supposed to be, and it is a roadmap to give you this idea and steps one by one how to do it to achieve your goal.
Wow, wonderful. So all the people who are listening to this particular video or a podcast, you can find this link in the description. So do check that link and try to learn more from Aleksandra of how to convert your hobby into a full-time being an artist. So thank you so much, Aleksandra, for being on our show.
Thank you.
Before we end this episode, would you like to say something to our viewers?
I would like to tell you that if you want something, you can really get it. And I know it sounds a bit cliche, but it's true. And actually, the worst things that I see happening is people who stop in the middle of the process. I have a friend who wanted to be an actress, the another one who wanted to be a dancer, and they stopped in the middle of the process. And this is really disastrous, because now they are on none of the sides. They can't find themselves in the world. But I have many friends who do jobs that seem impossible. Like, I have a friend who is a mom and has a family photography business that is like thriving. I have a friend who designs costumes for LARP. I have a friend who's a musician, and they are all doing very well because they didn't stop. They just continued, and eventually they really made it. So what I want to tell you is, don't stop. I know it may seem crazy and difficult, and if you need, take a half part-time job or even full-time job if you need, but keep doing these things, because if you don't stop, you eventually get there.
Absolutely. So because if you know your why, that why will motivate you to keep moving ahead. So it's like keep moving forward and believe in your dreams and walk ahead. So thank you so much,
definitely.
Aleksandra. Thank you so much.
Thank
Aleksandra.
you. Thank you for having me.
Most welcome. So you are listening to the Digital Maddy Show with your host Mithil Dave, and we have our guest Aleksandra. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you can subscribe to my channel, and if you're listening to a podcast, you can subscribe to my Google podcast. Thank you so much, Aleksandra, for being on the show. And to all the viewers, do check out her link and keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you.